जी नाजरीन, आज आप लोगों का खास स्वागत है हमारे शो दो मस्ताने पे। आज हम आपके लिए एक स्पेशल एडिशन शो लेकर आ रहे हैं। शिल्पा आपको उसके बारे में थोड़ा ज्यादा बताएंगी।
Hello everybody, welcome to the another segment of Light, Camera and Classics. तो आज हमने सोचा हर साल हर हफ्ते हम एक कोई मूवी करते हैं और कुछ फेस्टिवल्स की और कुछ बॉलीवुड की ताजा खबरों के बारे में बात करते हैं। तो आज हम थोड़ा हटके करने वाले हैं। तो उस हटके करने के लिए स्टार्ट करना चाहती हूँ। That brings me into the heart of Canadian culture and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome two of our very first guests in this show, associated with Niagara Canada International Film Festival, the J. Jakanthan, Director of Niagara Canada Film Festival, and President Niagara Canada Film Festival, Gordon Su. Welcome to our show, Light Camera Classics of Mastane. How are you both doing?
Go ahead.
Wow, thank you for having us, sir.
So I want to start off, Gordon and Jay, by thanking you. It is an absolute honor and pleasure for us to have you on our show. We usually, as Shilpa said earlier in the show, that we usually talk about movies, Indian movies, mostly classics. Lately, we've started talking a little bit more about film festivals.
Yes.
So it's an honor for us that you happen to be the first guests of our series of film festivals that we want to be covering.
Amazing.
So I wanted to start off with that.
Yeah. So first of all, let me get started. Abdullah and Shilpa, we've been watching your work on social media. Congratulations on behalf of our festival, because you have reaching and through entertainment and education, because that's what we are all about. Gordon will talk about a little later. Our festival is a boutique festival where we wanted to give an opportunity for independent filmmakers to showcase their work at Niagara Canada International Film Festival.
Right.
Gordon, you want to add to that?
Absolutely. I'm glad you said film festival. See?
Oh, there it is.
Niagara Canada International Film Festival.
Awesome.
I love what Jay just said. We're, we've always joked about that. We're two immigrant kids, right? Well, would you say? Domastane, right?
Yeah.
So we're two as well, right? Two immigrant kids.
You're
right?
Domastane.
Yeah. So, my parents came when I was 8 years old, and Jay was more of a teenager. So we're both immigrant kids with different experiences. But, growing up, Jay and I always talked about, when you're at the dinner table and you've got an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent, or somebody says, if when I was young, they always have a story to tell you, right?
Yep.
And so we all have a story. And we formed a little book series called Land for Success Untold Stories.
Nice.
So we've always loved stories that can help inspire and uplift.
Right.
And I think that's what independent films will do for people as well.
Well, that's a good segue into my first question that I have for both of you, because again, it's open. You can both answer, or one of you can answer. But we wanted to know now. We understand that you are both connected to several film festivals locally as well as internationally. But our I guess focus today, or the highlight or the limelight, is going to be on the Niagara Film Festival, which is coming up very soon on June 6th, 7th, and 8th in Niagara Falls. So how did you both get associated with this festival, first of all?
So like Gordon was saying, right, we had the Landed for Success Untold Stories. So we were documenting stories on books. Through our network, we host varieties of networking events. So we had the opportunity to go to few film festivals. Now, Gordon and I, we go to Hong Kong Film Festival. We go to Niagara Film Festival, Toronto Tamil Film Festival, Brampton Film Festival, Pickering Film Festival.
Nice.
And like Gordon said, we had thought, okay, Canada is a multicultural country. And then in Niagara, Gordon happens to know the mayor, because actually he coached Mayor Jim Diodati. So he made a phone call to him. I let him speak a little more, but I wanted to give you a bird's eye view how the whole thing started.
Right.
Wow.
So the phone call went hey, we have a film festival that we wanted to bring it to Niagara Falls. Would you be able to support us?
Oh, wow.
And that is the question. And then rest is history. We had the film festival. This is our 5th year. We are hosting it in Niagara Falls, Canada, which is at Greg Fruin Theatre on June 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yes.
And Gordon can you can dive deep into it, Gordon, how the whole thing started.
Of course, yeah. Like Jay mentioned, Jim Diodati's the mayor of Niagara Falls, and if you guys ever get a chance to come down and meet him, he'll be there for the opening ceremonies, the red carpet.
Oh, nice.
Come and meet him, and he'll be the first to tell you that Niagara Falls is one of the most beautiful places to visit.
Absolutely.
You guys have been to
Yeah, we've
Niagara
been.
Falls, right? Yeah, right.
Bunch of times, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you just think about it. Okay, you want to just get away and escape. Just go to Niagara Falls. It's just 1
Absolutely.
from here.
But that's the twist there. You went as a tourist. Now we want you to come as a filmmaker, actor,
Yes,
actress, because you have
yes.
your own TV shows. You are
Yes.
influencers.
Yes.
So we
Yeah.
are making that pivot.
Absolutely.
So Niagara Canada International Film Festival is a platform for
For us,
young
yeah.
and not only young, like the creative directors,
Yeah.
filmmakers, everybody to come to Niagara Falls at a different stage. But I do agree with you. Like when I came to Canada, like when visitors come from all walks of life, Niagara Falls is the
Niagara
default
Falls,
trip.
right?
10 times we go and
Sure.
drop them off. I'm sure you can relate to that story.
Yeah.
But now we are going to Niagara Falls as
As
professionals.
professionals.
Yes.
And that's the
That
first
is the
step.
platform
Yeah.
that we are creating.
Yes.
So how do you see this evolving? Like where do you see this in the next 5 years? Like everything that you start, obviously over time gets bigger.
Yes.
Now we hear about TIFF and Cannes; those are the biggest festivals
Yes,
that people
yes.
hear. So are we looking at a vision of making this even bigger and maybe competing with those names?
Yeah, I mean, we've got so much respect for TIFF and Cannes, and
Right.
they really led the way. They're the biggest and the best.
Right.
If we can even, Jay and I was talking about, we can even just be like a tiny bit of what TIFF is, we'd be happy.
That's a big
And
achievement.
so I think it's going to grow.
Right.
It's already
100%.
grown.
Mhm.
Last year with the convention center, this year with the Great Food Dinner Theater,
Yep.
right? Jay just introduced a fashion week, Niagara Canada International Fashion Week.
Right.
And we really see it eventually where it's going to be an entire week's event with filmmakers from all around the world. We have Juliette Dunn from the TT Jazz Fest,
Right.
who's going to be with us. And so you can imagine music and dance and art and film and festival all
all
in
the
one
all
week
forms
in
of
Niagara,
entertainment
right?
under
You
one
got
umbrella.
wineries, you got botanical gardens, you got zip lining
Right.
right across the
Wow.
gorge. Jay's got some of our VIPs that will be flying a helicopter ride over Niagara
wow.
Falls. So think of all the things you can do as a family and catch
Mhm.
cinematic experience.
Oh wow.
So let me that's excellent what Gordon was talking about from a vision, like when he's the president of the festival, right? Like what we want to do, like as a festival director, Niagara Canada International Film Festival is a boutique festival.
Mhm.
As you know, like Seven Wonders, we have Taj Mahal,
Yeah.
was one of the
Mm.
Seven Wonders. Guess what? Niagara Falls is
Just the name itself.
Yeah,
Just the name itself is
Yeah.
exotic.
So what we
Yes.
wanted to use the Niagara Falls, I should say,
right.
to create the festival not only for Hollywood, Bollywood. Like we have even for this festival, we have Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, Tollywood,
Yes.
and Kollywood.
All the woods are there.
Already
All the
5
woods.
All the
words, and
woods.
the woods that we are not
Yes.
there. So again, like it's being a boutique.
Right.
To answer your question, yes, we are going to grow like the big festival that you mentioned, but our goal is to give a platform not only to one genre or one film industry. We want to bring everybody,
Everyone.
because when
Yes.
they come to Niagara Falls, it's not only the festival that they're going to enjoy, the network, like Gordon talked about, like the one of the seven world wonders. So you
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
experience of the filmmaking and the festival,
Right.
and you also get to spend the week with your family,
Yes.
enjoying the amenities that have in Niagara Falls. So the vision is to give that experience, a holistic experience for our guest and the filmmaker. So we found, like we are biased, obviously we are Niagara Canada International Film Festival.
Right.
We are the experience for all senses, like we saw,
Yeah.
like wine, experience outside, movies, music. So all senses, we'll make it live.
No, I love how you use
Yes.
the term holistic, because it really does
Yeah.
engulf
Yes.
everything into one umbrella within 3 days. So it's not just a formality of showing up with
Yeah.
film submissions and screenings, but it's also entertainment, as you said, for
Yes.
family.
Yes.
That's
A lot
great.
of-
That's great.
Yeah.
Great
And this
vision.
is an amazing vision, and I really congratulate you
Thank
on
you.
that vision. So I have a question. Like you mentioned that we are having a Niagara, Canada Fashion Week.
Yes.
So how you got this idea to collaborate? Like film fashion goes side by side.
Mm.
We
Yes.
all know that.
Yes.
So that was your idea to collaborate with the fashion week, with the festival, because this is something very new in a festival.
Yes.
Yes.
Nobody
yes.
has ever done that, and
Yeah.
from where you got that idea,
So,
that
yeah.
vision.
Let me answer it and then I'll let Gordon
Sure.
answer, because when we started the Niagara Canada International Film Festival, we found a hole. Like the festival was there, but it was on the US side.
Right.
We did not have a Canadian film festival. Remember, I said like Gordon made the phone call to the mayor, Jim Giordadi. That is one of the main reasons. Hey,
Right.
how come we don't have a festival on the Canadian side of things, even though the
Yes.
border was there?
Right.
So we found there is an opportunity to create a film festival 5 years ago. Through COVID, we were running it online. We had last year, like Gordon
Yes.
mentioned, in the convention center, Niagara Convention Center. This year, we are actually doing it on an IMAX theater at the iconic Greg Fruin Theater.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Same synergy happened on the Fashion Week also. We thought like when we had our festival, we had a nice red carpet. Like Gordon was talking about Apply, like people who came to the red carpet never left. We had hard time
Yeah.
taking them from the red carpet to putting it into theaters to watch a movie.
Absolutely.
So like us, we have the industry networking event that happens on the 6th.
Yeah.
And we thought like the visual appeal of it, we have a nice runway. We have models, international models coming from Colombia, India, all around the world, literally. And then we thought, okay, why not start a fashion show, bring fashion, like Shilpa rightfully said, fashion and film goes hand in hand.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that just
Absolutely.
we, again, coming back, that was our whole vision to bring the Fashion Week and the film festival combined so we can give that experience to our audiences.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I guess if I may ask you, and since you've both been involved in running these festivals, and Niagara, this you said is in its 6th year.
Fifth year.
Fifth year.
Yeah.
So over the last few years, 4 years or so, I'm sure there would have been moments that would have stuck in your heads, be it meeting with a celebrity or a big name, or it could
Yes.
be even a little gesture by someone. So if I could ask you maybe individually, Gordon and Jay, one by one. Gordon, what would you say has been your favorite moment from previous festivals that you've run so far?
Wow. Great question, Abdullah. Because it's like Jay mentioned, small boutique film
Right.
festival. I remember last year, I sat beside one of the filmmakers whose film was being shown. This young man was just graduated from film school. His name is Jack Sparrow. What a name, right?
Oh, Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow, yeah.
Not the same Jack Sparrow, but we know, but his name is Jack Sparrow. And he had a little short comedy
Right.
being shown at the Niagara Canada International Film Festival. I think it was like 6 or 7, 8 minutes.
Okay.
Do you remember Dodgeball?
That's
Yeah.
it.
It kind of had that vibe, right?
Oh, nice.
And it was called Coin Toss.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there, and he's sitting there with his parents, and I think his sister and his grandparents.
Right.
And he nudged me like this, and he's like, "Thank you so much." And his parents are so proud that
Wow.
here's their son having their film being screened at the Niagara Canada International Film Festival. That was my favorite
That's
moment last
powerful.
year.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, that's an amazing
Yeah.
story.
Amazing,
So
yeah.
for me, what last year happened was because we wanted to give the filmmakers an opportunity to come and network
Mhm.
and expand their network.
Correct.
So we were able to bring Andrew Barnsley, who was the
Yes,
executive
yes.
producer of Schitt's Creek, one of the famous
Yeah.
TV show. He was there. And Michelangelo was on Sunday. He was speaking on the film intensive. So he was actually maintains the horror genre. Raven Band, I believe
Yes.
the name.
Right.
So for me, what it stuck is like when you come to a film festival, like Gordon says, like as a filmmaker, you wanted to showcase your hard work, not even the hard work, like their passion.
Yes.
Like we had movies from 6 minutes to 60 minutes, but the passion for both of them is same, is par to none.
Right.
whether it's 6 minutes or 60 minutes. The passion and the enthusiasm, the care, everything is the same. But as a festival, like I'm a little biased, as a director, what we wanted to give is not only to get that satisfaction, your movie is being screened,
Right.
and also what is the network that you are creating, and then they can expand.
Yeah.
So when you come to a weekend function, you know, like it's a 3-day function. You like Gordon said, you never know who you are sitting beside.
Yes.
You may have like 500, 600 people. You make that one connection.
Right.
That one connection can take you to the next level.
Exactly.
So for me, that is the experience that I wanted to be, had it in the last year. And we are working really hard to give that experience, not only come and enjoy the weekend and share the thing, make a connection, a meaningful connection to take it to the next level.
So you're truly in every sense, you are opening, even though it could be a small door for someone, but that one foot through the door can lead them to,
that's all we
wherever.
can do, right?
Exactly, and
And
which is a
then-
great
That's
step.
commendable.
And then it's up to them to
It's
keep
only
the
the-
door open, right?
Exactly, and that's the
Yeah.
first step
Keep the
that
door
counts,
down.
right?
We have a gentleman coming from Montreal. He lives in Thailand, and so you just mentioned about showing up.
Right.
Showing up. I think somebody once said 80% of success is showing up.
Right.
So I was in Hong Kong. We just talked about film art at
Right.
the Asian Financial Forum.
Yeah.
And I met someone. So this gentleman from Montreal, from Thailand, introduced me to someone, and we had a picture taken. And a few weeks later, he said, "Did you know who you just met?" I said, "No." And she was the executive producer for a movie called Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, yeah, I've heard of
Right?
that. Yeah.
Wow. And
Big
she
name.
was an executive producer for a movie that Jackie Chan was in.
Oh
Can you
my
imagine?
God, wow.
Right? Now,
So-
some people get me mixed up. They think I'm Jackie Chan. No, I'm just kidding.
So at that time you didn't know when.
I didn't even know, right? So she can't come this year. She said, "I want to come next year
Right.
to a film festival." But what Jay mentioned, Michelangelo, if I was a filmmaker,
Right.
come to Niagara Falls. You don't know who you're going to be. Michelangelo, their company has represented over $200 to $300 million worth of distribution for filmmakers in the horror genre. Is that crazy? That's
Wow.
the individual I want to meet. This year, we're fortunate to have Donna Smith. Last year we had Andrew Barnsley from
Right.
Schitt's Creek, right?
Yeah.
Donna, if I could share something real quick, is
Absolutely, yeah.
she, and it's great that if you guys could come down to Niagara Falls and hear her story for yourself. She was in an unemployment line. Talking about being down and out. She was
Right.
in an unemployment line, got a job, didn't even realize who she was working for, and then she ended up co-producing her first movie called Raging Bull with Robert De Niro.
Oh, wow.
And then her second movie, she was the producer. She went from co-producer to producer, Rocky II, Sylvester Stallone. Her third movie, Terminator, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All big names.
All big names, right?
1,
So
2, 3.
Wow.
you probably heard some of his other movies: Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Matrix, Schindler's List, Traffic,
You mentioned Terminator.
Terminator,
Huge,
right?
huge names.
Yeah. So if I was a filmmaker, yes, I would love to meet a movie star. I'd rather meet Donna Smith. I don't want to just have I don't want to just take her picture. I want to pick her brains, right?
Exactly,
Like,
yeah. Exactly.
Let me do a plug on that.
There you go.
Donna Smith, we are doing an industry networking and also like a film intensive. So there's going to be time allocated to hear from her. So if you're a filmmaker, whether you are an experienced person, to hear her story, like Gordon just shared the tip of the iceberg of a story. You can actually hear it from
her.
Donna Smith
Smith
itself,
Yeah.
because on Saturday we have a time allocated before the red carpet
Right.
to hear from her. Like you want to be there to hear her story and to get inspired, and not only rubbing shoulder with her and other
Absolutely.
people, just to hear that story, the person who have made it,
Yes.
like Gordon said, from an unemployment line to
this
producing
Yeah.
150
Exactly.
Hollywood movies. She, like the wisdom that you're going to get, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so we are so humble and happy
Absolutely.
that she have decided to come as a special guest to our festival this June 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yeah.
No,
Absolutely.
that's
This
great.
will be an honor, like for all of us.
Isn't it?
So we should plan the weekend, guys. You
Just
heard
drive
it.
down.
Yep.
Yeah. She's at Cannes right now, International Film Festival. People are
wow.
flying from all around the world to go and meet her, and we can just drive down the. I was going to say Highway 401, no, QEW, and we're right there.
Yeah, we're just an hour and a half.
Hour and a half
literally.
away, yeah.
Sure, yep.
But no, this
So,
is
if, like the festival, it's always like associated with jury and awards. You all know.
Yes.
So my
Yes,
question
yes.
is like how you select your juries and the awards for the
Yeah.
movies.
Let me
So,
take
you know-
that question because since I'm the festival director, Gordon is the president. So that is a phenomenal question. We are using Film Fairway as our platform, so where the movie makers can select our movies.
Right.
So we have an entire back-end system. I cannot explain because we are in the middle of a process of screening and the
Yeah,
winning
anything
process
brief
is
about
done.
it, yeah.
So what we are doing is we are using an industry-leading platform called Film Fairway. That's where the movie people, like the submitters, go there.
correct.
We have clearly mentioned what are the criterias and the categories, I should say, we
Right.
are looking for.
Yeah.
And we have deadlines on when the final deadline is, when the movie submissions can end. So, and once that, it's a system, it's a protocol where all the film makers are very accustomed to. So
Right.
we don't have a very unique system. We follow the industry other film festival follows.
Same kind of
And
standard.
same
Yeah.
kind of standard. And then the back end, the juries and the whole due process is done. And then we have a selection process. And then we have the screening process. And then the award winners get on the award
Cascade
show.
Awards.
Cascade Awards.
Cascade
That's,
Awards.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
June 8th, we have the selected filmmakers
Yeah.
will be awarded. We had a phenomenal success last
Absolutely.
year, and we will do the same thing this year.
When you see the smiles on the faces of folks, all the hard work, right? They come across the stage and they receive their award. But, echoing what Jay just said, it's as when you're running a festival and you've got all these submissions, right? How do
Right.
you select and how do you screen?
Yeah.
I hate to be the individuals, like the juries that are
It's a
are
tough,
doing
tough
that work.
gig for them.
I
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
friend coming. They run the Toronto Chinese Film Festival.
Right.
His film last month for Chinese Heritage Month, an hour and a half feature film, was
Yeah.
just featured at TIFF,
Oh wow.
TIFF Lightbox,
Wow.
right?
That's
And
phenomenal.
that's not even being screened at the Niagara Canada International Film Festival. And
Mhm.
why? And it's tough because again, the jury, they have a tough job.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I
It
can
is,
imagine.
it is, it is
Yeah.
tough job.
But I would, I would recommend just keep on submitting films to there's so many film festivals you can submit it to.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was, that really was the part of the reason why we wanted you on our show, obviously, to talk to you.
Yeah.
But for inspiration for people who are watching, and some people would sit at home
Yeah.
thinking, wondering, creative people, but the talent is never shown because they
Yes.
haven't taken that
Mhm.
first step. So I wanted
Yes.
those little stories that you
Yeah.
told, the success stories that you shared,
Yeah.
that will inspire people
Yeah.
watching.
Take a risk,
to
right?
take
It's
that
timing.
risk.
You just
Yes.
never know. You never know who's watching and when they're watching, right?
And if nothing happens, just the fact that 3 days worth of entertainment
Absolutely.
in a place like Niagara Falls.
And the theater is amazing.
Yeah.
I have
Oh
seen
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And it's
Dinner
very
theater,
nice place.
dinner
It's one
theater,
of the best
yeah.
thing would have happened. Like the festival would have happened there. It's an amazing place.
Yeah, maybe I'll let Shilpa ask you a few questions about,
It's kind of a fun segment. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah,
to just
sure,
end it
sure,
on a very
yeah.
fun note. So I do have a rapid fire round for both of you.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So it's like I've been very fascinated with coffee with Karan.
Karan, yeah.
Though I don't have a coffee hamper for you, but still we'll go for.
Okay.
So I really want to ask a favorite movie of all time.
For me, Back to the Future.
Back to
Oh,
the
wow,
Future.
good
For
choice.
you?
I was going to say that too. No, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh yeah, that's
Love it. And
that's
actually,
another good one.
Donna Smith, that's one of her films.
Oh wow,
Great.
that's awesome.
Okay, so popcorns or nachos?
Popcorn.
Popcorns.
Popcorn.
Oh, absolutely. So popcorn is my favorite too.
Nachos
Popcorns.
for me, I'm the
Yeah.
odd one
Another
out.
nachos?
Yeah. With
Okay,
cheese.
so it's the last one is your dream guest or the filmmakers you would love to have attend the festivals this year, next year, whenever you want. So
Wow.
any dream filmmaker?
No, because I'm going to be very political in my answer because we are running multiple and I'm being part of 6 other film festival.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, people who are really passionate to showcase their work.
Right.
For me, it's the people's heart
Yeah.
and what is the purpose they are coming in for. Because everybody have a different purpose. I know it's a rapid fire answer,
No,
but
you can
what
do
I'm
it.
saying is our goal was platform creator, whether it's a landed for success or a success talk. It's about giving an opportunity that that we did not have when I came.
Right.
Yeah.
So for like you rightfully said, Abdullah, because a lot of people have their vision and ideas because they don't know. Because when we say you need someone to put your hands and just lift them up.
Yeah.
So my ideal client is anybody that we can reach the hand and pull them up. Like when we reach the hand, they have to not pull me down,
You have to pull them up.
hold it so we can pull them up. We are ready to do that.
Right. And how about you, Gordon? If you get one actor, one celebrity, please say Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, of course, Jackie Chan. Yeah.
Just because you're Chinese, you don't have to say Jackie Chan.
And I would love if he can show up at the
Would be
festival.
Jackie Chan. Does anybody know Jackie Chan?
There's Jackie
He gets mistaken for Jackie Chan all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Maybe
gentlemen,
I could be a stunt double.
we are out of time. I wish we could talk for longer. I feel like we can do a series of you coming in every week, and
There
we
you
can
go,
talk
right?
about
Absolutely, yeah.
festivals for hours. But
Yeah.
it was an absolute pleasure for me and
Thank
Shilpa to
you.
have you on our
Thank you.
show.
Thank you so much, both of you. It was really nice. So I really want to say to our audience and everybody, so whether you are a filmmaker, an artist, or a film lover, so make sure you attend this festival. You'll
Yes.
get a lot of opportunities. If not opportunities, you will get a lot of enjoyment, entertainment for the Niagara, Canada International Film Festival. So I'm going, and I'll see you guys all there.
And you'll get to meet great people like
Yes.
Gordon
I'm
and Jay.
enjoying
Can
this,
I make
guys.
one
Come on down,
thing?
guys.
Absolutely. Go
So
ahead.
so first of all, thank you so much, Abdullah and
Yes.
Shilpa.
Thank you.
Please go to our website, niff.ca, to find out our previous movies. So if that, I wanted to say this call to action is our website is niff.ca, which is niff.ca. We look forward to seeing you there. And
Yes.
again, on behalf of Niagara, Canada International Film Festival, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for us having us on
Thank you.
your
Thank
show.
you.
It's our pleasure. It's a very nice time.
Thank you once again, and thank you, audience, for watching us. And
Thank you.
at this point, we will end the show. And it was great having these gentlemen. And
Yep.
we will see you next week with another episode of Do Mastane.
Shabbat